Have you ever felt like there was this war going on inside of you? Like you're stuck in between two things that are pulling you in opposite directions? Like your mind is pulling you one way, but your heart is pulling you in the opposite direction. And ain't that funny how those two things have control over you? And no matter how bad the situation is, your mind can tell you to move on, but your heart can still have hope that things will be better tomorrow. "3 a.m. in the morning, my phone lights up the room like Times Square on New Year's Eve. The river you've cried for years starts to surge under my door, and the sound of your fist banging on the cage that you were placed in years ago echoed in my ears. Here we go again. The first time he spilled you, it was in the kitchen on some crazy shit. Not really sure if it was the paper plates or the fact that the cornbread was left in the oven a tad bit longer than usual. We thought it would never happen again. After all, he had a long day at work, and lightning never strikes in the same place twice, right? I watched as the water rose around my bed, wondering if this was the part that I rowed my boat up your Indus River to your rescue the second time he spilled you in the bathroom. Remember Tisha's party? Where Rodney, who hadn't seen you in years, asked for one dance? When he scooped you up as if you were something he dropped real quick on the floor, 5-second rule, 5 minutes later we found you trying to clean yourself up in the mirror, desperately trying to put yourself back together even though your pieces were still on the floor. I can hear the desperation on your tongue. I feel the panic in your heart, and I've seen the love that acts like a python constricting you from leaving every time you begin to pack that bag. I won't talk about the third time because that's a bit too graphic for this poem. By 3:30, the water has spilled itself over the top of my bed, saturating my sheets. Grab your shit. Hold on, I'm coming. Now's your chance. He's sleeping. His code name is the bear during these calls. But the python starts coiling itself through your limbs. You'll be paralyzed by that love in a minute. I'm hoping this is the night you finally reach rock bottom. How many times? How many times are we gonna ignore the elephant in the room? How many times must a bear attack you, spill your blood in kitchens or in bathrooms? When will he realize that you are the most precious pot of honey he will ever encounter? Where is the moment you remember 3 years ago the two that came before you told you about their first times? I mean, homegirl got punched so hard she lost the vision in her left eye, but he lies, says he's a changed man and it'll never happen again. But somehow we keep ending up on the phone after 3 a.m. How many times do your palms have to become bruised fighting him off? I mean, fighting for your life. Is his love and affection worth losing your life over? I lost count after the 7th time. My eyes became two innocent bystanders, too afraid to report the crime. My mind, the 911 operator, all too familiar with these kind of calls. 4 a.m. in the morning and the water begins to recede. The python has got you in its grip. The bear sleeps. You say he won't do it again. I lay back staring at the ceiling because we both know he will.